Why hello there you inferior life forms. Yep, it's me, Neckbeard the incel, back again, because the uploader thinks it's high time to bash some more toxic people like me to get back at them for dogpiling personal stories knowingly, when he was at rock bottom with the hope he'd unalive himself like stab. I am a truly sick fuck, even worse than Drew Pickles especially considering unlike Drew penis pickles people like me not only exist but dominate many spaces online to the point you can't escape us. Especially when we actively seek you out which just gives the illusion to those who are suffering no one gives a flying fuck about them, when people somewhere would, if we didn't discourage them from trying to seek those places out bag. I get off to that shit. Oh yes, you're probably expecting me to go somewhere and do shenanigans like I usually do, right? Well, what the hell, since I and others like me bullied the uploader off fanfiction by mercilessly vote-bombing his works without explanation, I haven't had much to do and could use to get away from my computer for once this year. Oh I know, how about a casino, so I can gamble away the social security money I was supposed to give to my sick grandma under the guise of investing it and paying her back, if I win big, which of course I would never actually do, if I win a jackpot, because thinking of anyone besides myself doesn't come at my compute. Anyways, to get to the casino I will first consider a bunch of different options in how to get there before ruling them out due to my overly toxic behavior having caused those who would transport me to have banned me from their mode of transportation or otherwise be unwilling to assist me, and be forced to walk to the casino, which will sound 97.862% like quack. This is more exercise than I usually get in a year for most of my body, minus my masturbating and ape. Comment writing and, of course, oh shit, someone just tried to shoot me thinking I was Sasquatch, which fits, because I am a fat ass from never exercising and eating like shit and from never grooming himself. Run, wait, I can run now, that's new. Run. Admittedly I am so sedentary I haven't tried, since the MLP porn sale of 2013, but whatever. Run. Part of the reason I am so toxic is I think I am an ugly fuck and hate myself for it, so I must attack other innocent people who haven't done a damn thing wrong to me in order to make myself feel better, but it never works and then I cry like so I have to spam and troll and harass and bully to make myself feel better, because fuck looking up funny videos or other harmless stuff to get a laugh, hurting others for no reason is where it's at. Run bag. That loss well, minus the being shotted part, and with that I will have a heart attack from running more than 2 meters for the first time in a decade but instantly recover, because I have no heart to have an attack in due to how evil I am. And when I recover I will realize I am at the casino and I will try to enter but be stopped by the person at the entrance to the casino who will say, wait a second, you look familiar, let me see your ID, and normally I would protest, because I am the worst type of Karen, or rather, Kevin, since I am male, but as the door person for the casino is a hot and sexy woman and I am super desperate to get laid, since no one wants to be around my creepy toxic minor grooming ass, I will say, oh, where have you been all my life, baby? And she will roll her eyes and say, listen, I'm just doing my job, so give me your ID and stop being a cringy horn dog. And I will say, okay, I will, before I write my phone number on my ID and then hand it to her and say, there's my number, if you want to call me, and she will roll her eyes and say, not if you were the last person in Earth, and after looking at the ID she will get wide-eyed and say, sir, I now know where I've seen you from. Some person named Justice Seeker was here recently to play poker and he told me about a toxic sociopathic malicious narcissistic pedophile bully harasser and all-around irredeemable toxic sack of shit named Neckbeard the incel, and said he has been going around to different places in the area and causing trouble lately, including crashing the wedding of a one Drew penis pickles and Barney the triple testicle dinosaur, and calling them homophobic slurs and telling them to end their own lives in a graphic manner because of their sexuality. And he also provided proof of my behavior, which yes includes the wedding incident, despite that never happening and just being a fantasy in your head. because with group pickles involved physics doesn't apply, but in any case you are forbidden from entering this casino for being a menace to society, and considering how bad society is in the uploader's opinion. Being a menace to it is saying something, so you better get out of here or I will call the cops and I will get mad and say, listen bitch, you're a female, the inferior gender, it isn't your job to think, that's a man's job, so shut the fuck up with that shit and suck my dick to make up for your insolent outburst or you will be sorry and she will say no you, before she reaches into her pockets and pulls out mace, and in real life this would end with me being maced, as I clunkily tried to attack her and failed due to how out of shape I am, and then subsequently being arrested for making graphic threats against her, which was recorded in the security cameras all about the place, and it wouldn't go well at my trial, especially since she likely has numerous colleagues in the casino floor who would back her up and quickly overpower me due to superior numbers, even if I did manage to outmaneuver her by some miracle. But since this is an alternate reality and the uploader wants to show off how horrible people like me are, before I get what I deserve I will instead tackle her to the ground and start beating her up, because I think women are below me and her free will must be punished, and it will sound like bam 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 bam. I went out of my way to bully the uploader likely for his disability, so this isn't too much of a stretch. Bam 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 bam. I also know that a fair number of bronies are part of the Aryan nation alt-right and hate minorities, as is the case with incels, so since I am both it is even more likely. Bam 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 bam. And if we aren't about rating minorities, why should we be about rating women? Bam 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 bag. That was what I call swelling. To my knowledge she will have been beaten to death, and after that display which somehow no one there noticed, which, as I said before, likely would never happen in real life, I will head over to the cashier and demand they cash the social security checks I stole, borrowed for casino chips, and they will take one look at them and say, sir, these are clearly not your documents, as you are a man and the person these checks are addressed to is a woman, and I will say, what the fuck are you assuming my gender? Oh my fucking god, I will now cancel you on Twitter, and I will then post a rage-filled tweet on my Twitter X account, and within a millisecond a bunch of triggered woke cancel culture mob members will show up and start attacking the cashier before getting the context of the situation, because those people are literally no better than me. They just claim they are for finding moral causes they supposedly stand behind so they can power trip and act like tyrants, and then pull the morality card when rightly called out on it, and as they are beating her up I will laugh like I don't even care about the transgender community, but I claimed I did so you people would do my dirty work for me, which is quite useful, as fighting that door person earlier took all of my energy away and I can't fight again, and then they will have beaten the cashier to a pulp and killed her for all I know or care before disbanding and tweeting about how great of people they are, even though they are actually essentially fascist Nazis in disguise, and I will then sneak behind the counter and take the casino chips and go to the slot machines and put some money in, and then I will spin and lose and spin again 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 and lose, and then I will get super pissed off and start beating the machine up like a how dare you behave in the way you were programmed and not let me win and then shove the lever arm up my ass and go. You deserve this, and then pull it out my ass and take a steamy shit all over the machine like plop 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 plop, and just then a pit boss will walk up and say, what the fuck is going on here? And I will say, this machine won't let me win, so I am punishing it without any regard to societal laws or similar things, and he will get super pissed off and say, sir, you better pay for this machine or else you will be going to jail, and him trying to hold me accountable for my actions will trigger my built-in deflection protocol, and I will point at a nearby person and try to say they did it like I always do in these types of videos, but the man will say, sir, I literally saw you do that shit to the slot machine, and that you refuse to show any remorse and instead try to deflect blame to an innocent person, which could ruin their life, is making me even less willing to cut you any breaks, so come with me, you are going to jail, and I will say, oh yeah. Fuck you. Before I pull out my trusty Lyra plushie and shove his head in the hole by the tail which I use for stuff, and he will say, "Oh my god, get this off me, it smells like stale semen," and I will then drop kick him and beat him to death like a pack. You deserve this for trying to hold me accountable for my actions, because I am clearly superior to you and can say and do what I want, when I want, how I want, and if someone else has an issue with it, it's on them. That loss, well, and he too will have been beaten to death to my knowledge, and then I will just go to another game and find the crap stable and pull out some chips and ask if I can be shooter next, and they will wrinkle their noses at me never bathing, and because I have blood all over me from my recent brutal attacks, and because doing so filled my cock with blood, and they will say, "What is that smell?" and I will again deflect responsibility to someone nearby and claim they farted, because if you've ever interacted with us like the uploader has had the misfortune of doing, you know this is literally all we ever fucking do, and then I will place my bets and throw the dice, and I will think I won and jump for joy and cheer like me. But my dancing will shake the table, because I weigh like 11 billion pounds, and cause the dice to flip over to 7, and the table manager will say that's craps, and I will say, "What the fuck, oh my Jesus titty fucking Christ, no it isn't, I already rolled, and it was an 11. So my field bet won," and they will say, "Well, normally I wouldn't care, but since you were an asshole and blamed the stench you are obviously emitting from being a greasy man-child in someone else to shame them, and since no one else would be screwed by this due to the nature of the bets they made, I am making an exception in saying your earthquake dancing which caused the dice to shift and re-roll is affecting the final roll and making it craps, because fuck people like you deserve to get karmically fucked, and since karma doesn't often work fast enough, if at all, I am making my own karma, and I will throw a tantrum like granted the uploader would be mad too if something like this happened, but at least he doesn't deserve it due to being an all-around horrible person like me. And they will say to suck it up, buttercup, which is exactly the same type of toxic shit I said to the uploader when he called me out for antagonizing him. But since I am a hypocrite and can't take what I dish out, I will respond by pulling my pants down and showing them what real craps is like by making a sound like I would have been in a mental institution by now if this was real. Now time to make a comeback. Here the uploader is reusing a lot of the same jokes from his Drew Pickles at the casino video. But honestly, I am such an irredeemable piece of human waste, I don't deserve the amount of thought it would take to come at I had come up with new materials. And then I will force him to drink the cum, then piss it out, then 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 drink the cum, then piss it out, and so on, until he dies, because I am a sick fuck who has no regard for other people. And then I will walk away to the poker room and sit down to play some poker, and I will blindly jam all in every hand, since actually thinking is above my mental capacity, as I long ago gave into the hive mind of film fiction, and after like the 10th round of doing this shit someone will tell me to stop griefing the game, and I will say fuck you, I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, and he will say, "Oh, one of those types, let me guess, you have a small penis and hate your life, so you act like this to mask it," and I will say, "What the fuck, how did you know my deepest darkest secret?" Well, minus that 12-year-old in the Philippines I'm dating and which my peers know about but would rather rug sweet versus actually hold me accountable. And he will say, "Dude, what the fuck, that's being a child predator, what the hell is wrong with you?" And I will say, "No, it is not the age of consent, there is less, which means it's automatically okay," and he will say, "No, the age of consent here is what matters, you dipshit, and not to mention it's creepy as fuck, as that's an actual child," and I will say, "Oh, whatever, potato, let's play poker," and just to be nice I'll limp, and he will check his big blind, and the flop will come as I'll come 3 of clubs, jack of hearts, 8 of diamonds, and I will look down at my ace king of hearts, which only has a backdoor flush draw, and which my dumbest should have raised to take advantage of my maniacal table image to induce calls from lesser hands and decide to bet twice the pot to bluff, and the other person I8 who was giving me a hard time will think for a second and calling the turn will bring the 3 of hearts giving me a flush draw, so I will again overbet to bluff and he will tank for a bit and then call. At which point the river will be the 2 of hearts, improving me to the nut flush, and I will be an idiot and then bet, and he will then think and say he needs to raise a bit, before I quickly jam all, in which makes it stupid obvious I'm strong given how I played this, but I think I'm being smart. And he will think for a minute and then call, and I will slowly turn over the ace of hearts, while hiding the king behind it, before I finally expose it, because being a slurling dick is funny to me, and I will say flush bitch, give me my money, and start reaching for the pot, but then he will speak up and say good hand, very good, didn't think that river would help you so much, and I will say oh, what, did the poor baby not like his 2 pair losing, and he will say oh, I got 2 pair alright, but not 1 you all. Like, before he slurls me back and tables pocket 3s and says he has a pair of 3s and another pair of 3s, which makes 4 of a kind the best hand one could have in this situation, and I will say oh, what the fuck, you slurled me, what the hell, why didn't you raise the flop with the set of 3s, and he will say dumb, you're a bluffing idiot and the board was safe, why raise and deny you the chance to pump your stack off, and you're one too. Talk about slurling, as you did it to me first, not that I wouldn't have done it anyways, for you're an abashed support of child grooming, and normally the other morons at the poker table would hang up on the person calling me out for doing this, because most people are awful-brained morons, but this time they will actually agree and cheer him on, and I will say that's it. Let me know your name, you honky ass cunt, and I call you a honky despite being white myself, and he will say why, and I will say, because I want to know who I'm about to beat into a bloody pulp for mocking me, and he will say I'm surprised you don't know who I am, I created you, and I will say wait a minute, are you, and he will say just a seeker, in the flesh, you piece of shit, how's it feel to be made the laughing stock of everyone around you, and I will say I fucking hate it, it makes me so mad, like you and he will say well, now you know how I felt when you and your association of simp enablers in film fiction bullied me at a rough time in my life, knowing full well I had autism and was being excluded and just needed someone to listen, not to mention I was dealing with extreme social isolation and parents who were controlling and constantly put me down in a horrible breakup, so your shit was literally the last thing I needed. Actually, I honestly don't even know why I'm saying this in this video. Maybe I secretly hope others watching will actually give a shit for once, but I doubt it, since people literally always find a way to twist this back in me, so instead I am going to just teach you a lesson for being so horrible to me for no reason, and normally the other people at the poker table would hang up on just a seeker knowing how his life tends to go and simp for me, because they secretly agree with the toxic shit I'm doing and saying, and they are just as bad as me. But since this is an alternate reality, they will actually back him up and say they are going to kick my child predator and proud bullying ass, and I will get scared and try to run away, but will be stopped by the gate person, the cashier, the pit boss, and the crap stable manager, who I apparently was too stupid to make sure I killed before leaving them unattended, and the table manager will say what the fuck is going on here in a cynical way, while pounding his fists together and grinning maliciously, and I will say oh fuck me, before they all charged me and attacked me like I deserve this. The pain I am feeling is much less than the preventable emotional pain the uploader was put through because of me. People would be simping for me and trying to gaslight the uploader into thinking he's the bad guy for criticizing me, most likely. If this was real, the uploader doesn't have much faith in people, but when you have been repeatedly told you're the bad guy for calling out people blatantly antagonizing, ignoring, belittling and attacking him and others around him, eventually you get a bit fed up with people's stupidity and tendency to blindly let emotions cloud their judgment. Like legit, he's had people at the poker table he stood up for against bad antagonistic people turn around and attack him, because quote-unquote they don't need some kid to defend them. No, the correct response is thank you, you ungrateful piece of shit. And when people have attacked him, no one says anything. But then, when he gets fed up and defends himself almost without fail, people show up out of the woodwork to criticize him for being angry and supposedly clouding an interest in morality, when they clearly are lying. as why didn't they have an issue with others attacking him first, if that was something they cared about? Whatever, the uploader is tired of rambling. Since again it seems unlikely anyone truly cares as sad as it is. These videos are also likely highly unrealistic, as they depict people standing up against Neckbeard Academy when he acts wrong, when most people would probably passively enable this by looking the other way. He will say this: oh, he isn't forgiving or forgetting what me and others like me did to him, and he will keep making this and similar videos in this channel and his alts until such time as he feels my kind has properly paid for what they did to him. Oh shit, I am dead. Oh fuck, I died again. God damn it, can't I just go anywhere and act like a narcissistic malicious sociopath and menace to society without people always messing with me and trying to stop me? Oh well, whatever, I have a full concloptic with my name in it, so I gotta go. See you later.